Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and yeah, if you use a food delivery service often and it's Grubhub, and you have Grubhub Plus, Subway just started doing Grubhub Plus, so now you don't have to pay the delivery fee anymore. So now Subway is going to be my new go-to. Whenever I want something good, something slightly healthy, I go to Subway. Get myself a nice sandwich, and besides, that gives me 2 meals in one. And now apparently they do something called a Footlong Pro, where they do double the meat for $2 extra. Actually, I'll check that in a bit. That they already normally offer double the meat. I'll have to look. But it's gonna be my review for Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation episodes 5 and 6. I'll finish getting the rest of it edited. And yeah, there's a lot of shows I need to finish editing and uploading. Because I'm already done with a bunch of them. I'm done with Seven Mortal Sins. I'm done with Jobless Reincarnation. I'm done with Cells at Work Code Black. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What else? There might be more. I don't know. At least those 4. I need to finish those. And I have a lot of stuff to edit, actually. A lot. I think I might take the next weekend, if I'm having to close. I think what I'm going to do is, if I get anything recorded, it won't be much, because I'm going to be editing videos all day. Because, yeah, I need to do that. Or else I'm not going to have anything to upload. Anyway, Rudius is obviously heading somewhere, as far as we know, and it's apparently his uncle's place. And apparently he's not allowed to write letters home. Because apparently they think that him and Sophie have gone too close. And they could use some time apart. Yeah, because Sophie's kind of been a little too reliant on Rudius. Because she obviously didn't want him to leave when he was talking to her about it. Now, I mean, I don't know if she's got any other friends besides him, but if not, hopefully she'll be able to make some friends. Maybe. Anyway, he gets there, and the guy and his uncle is really nice, and apparently he's supposed to be there as a tutor for his daughter, Eris. Oh boy. Also, his father mentioned in the letter, don't touch, shoot, what was her name? Whatever her name is, the bodyguard lady. Don't touch her, she's mine. I'm like, and when he read that, she said, send that letter to your mother. Yeah, she needs to know this. He's still going on his pervy ways. I'm like, really? Really, Paul? Wish someone would smack some sense into you. That's what I would do if someone kept doing that. No, actually, if someone kept doing that to me, I'd leave them. If I am being completely honest. I think his mother might be a little too, okay with this. Now, she wasn't outright happy about it, but that is just me. Anyway, they get there, and he brings her to his daughter. And his daughter is a fiery redhead who has an attitude double that, essentially. And yeah, she slaps him for apparently doing something wrong. And he gets annoyed and slaps her back and tells her, how does that feel? You don't be slapping people like that. And she proceeds to beat the crap out of him. And chase after him when he tries to run away. So yeah, he's got his work cut out for him on this. So he eventually agrees to stay and tutor her, even though he probably wants to leave. because he doesn't really have a choice in the matter. His father told him to go, and if he wants to get the money to go to that magic school, he needs to earn the money. Anyway, he comes up with a plan to try to get Eris to respect him. Now, when all this happens, at first we think that it's going off without a hitch. However, things get a little too real when the one who's supposed to be holding them captive, starts beating her up because she's mouthing off to him. So, yeah, things are getting a little too real, so he kind of realizes that, yeah, something's amiss here. So, they thankfully manage to escape, though he starts to leave her behind because she's, having an attitude and not wanting to listen to him, essentially. But she manages to get out with him, and they make their way back to the town they were in before, because they're in a different city. They get there, but then they run into the steward guy that was working with her father, and it turns out that he was the one who arranged for her to be kidnapped for real. This was not a staged thing, because apparently she has made his life completely miserable since working there, and he just wants some payback, and he wants her gone, essentially. They try to entice Rudius with part of the money for selling her, and he kind of considers it, but then yay, someone's going to get my food. Yeah, I got myself a Subway sandwich. I got an oven roasted club. It had turkey, black forest ham, bacon. I put pepper jack cheese on it, double the meat. Lettuce, onion, spinach, mayo, and mustard on it, with Italian urban cheese bread toasted. Oh my god, I cannot wait to eat it. It's gonna be so good, and I can eat part of it now and part of it tonight for dinner. Yummy. Heck, that's exactly what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna take that with me to work. I'm gonna have to do some editing on this video. Great. Anyway, I'm waiting for my food to get here. Yummy, yum, yum. Subway's always yummy. Anyway, dang it. He's tempted by the offer, but he instead raises his hand up and fires the spell in the air, causing a gigantic explosion-looking fireworks. Ghislaine, whatever her name is, she sees it and comes to help, but he ends up almost getting himself hurt in the process, trying to help her. But thankfully, she's able to get there in time and save him and, well, decapitate a couple of the guys. And the guy in question who started all this ends up, I'm assuming, getting arrested. And Rudius starts the lessons not only in... Oh, he was going to just start the regular lessons, but he ends up meeting Eris's grandfather and her mother. Her mother's kind of cold to him, and I'm like, well, what did he do to her? Did his father do something to her? Because that's the only way I could think of at the time when I was recording this video, that was the only reason I could think of as to why she would treat him that way when he just got there. He had never met her before until then. So there's no way he could have done anything to upset her, I think. But yeah, we find out later why she's like that. Anyway, Eris wants Rudius to not only teach her, regular stuff like math and all that, but she wants him to teach her magic. And at first, her grandfather kind of disciplines her, saying, that's no way to ask politely. And I'm like, yes, finally, a voice of reason for her. And she is so odd with how she asks. apparently they like the beast people so much that they tried to act like them when they're asked, like she's asking for it. She's like acting like a cat girl essentially, and that made me laugh. Later on, I find out that it goes much deeper than that with the grandfather. Oh boy. Anyway, he finally agrees, and I mean, she probably likes the magic training a lot more than the regular tutoring because, well, the regular tutoring is kind of boring, and magic training would always be exciting and fun, even if it ends up being hard. And he ends up teaching, what was her name, Ghislaine? Whatever her name is, teaching her all that stuff as well because she wants to learn. And apparently she gives a story to Eris as to why she wants to learn, math and all that because, well, the rest of her team, including Paul and the others, were the ones that always handled all the money and everything, and once they departed ways, she could not do that, so she ended up with no money, no food, and ended up having to eat monster poop at one point to survive, which gave her diarrhea. Oh, God. And, after a while, obviously, Eris doesn't want to do any more of the regular tutoring anymore because it's boring. And she's like, I guess, I wouldn't say she has a short attention span. I guess that is when it comes to anything boring. And when she runs off, she always ends up in the barn asleep. And Rudius tries to take advantage of her and take her panties. But thankfully she wakes up and smacks him. Thank you. Anyway, they suggest going out to town for the day and putting the tutoring on hold for the day because, I mean, that would be giving them a break from it, and maybe they can get back to it with a fresh pair of eyes that have had some time to relax. And while there, Rudius is obviously taking notes on who's selling what their prices are, comparing the prices, like who's selling this for higher amounts, blah, 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 blah. And he ends up running into something that he really wants, which is something like an ambrosia type thing, like an aphrodisiac. Not an ambrosia thing, an aphrodisiac type thing. And he's like, oh, I want this so bad. And I'm like, dude, you are not even 10 years old yet. Get your head out of the gutter. There's no need to worry about that yet. And Eris ends up being given an allowance. And the funny thing is, she ends up buying it for him, but when he's running away with it, he trips and it breaks and he loses the potion. Oh boy. But, yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting, because there's only 11 episodes in this show for Season 1. And I'm sure we're going to be getting Season 2, because they're going to be going to that magic school. I can guarantee you that. So that's going to be a season all on its own. But, yeah, we're not getting Season 2 for a while, so right now we are halfway done uploading for the show, but I will try to get the rest of the episodes edited, so that way I can get you guys the rest of the episodes. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.